You know the specific physical weight of coming home from a hard walk, the tightness in your chest, the adrenaline still humming in your veins, and the way your hands still feel the tension of the leash after a single barking or lunging episode. It's easy to let 10 seconds of chaos define the entire outing. You find yourself labeling a walk that was 95% fine as a total failure because of that one explosive moment. But we have to look closer. There are shifts happening in those difficult moments, real, measurable changes that are easy to overlook if we're only watching for a perfect performance. Often, we view progress like this binary switch. We either succeeded or we failed. But if we shift our focus to this spectrum of nervous system capacity, we start to see that growth isn't a straight line from chaos to calm. Until we stop searching for the flawless walk and start looking for these quieter signals, we will continually miss the work our dogs are already doing to handle a world that feels overwhelming to them. One of the clearest signals is recovery time. This is simply the speed at which your dog's body returns to a baseline state after they've been triggered. 6 months ago, an encounter might have left your dog spinning and panting for 20 minutes. Now, they might still react, but 5 minutes later, they're able to sniff the grass or take a treat. Their nervous system is learning how to come back down. Then there is distance tolerance. In this top-down view, the radius around the dog marks their threshold, the exact proximity where they lose the ability to think clearly and begin to react. When that radius shrinks from 2 blocks down to half a block, it represents a significant shift in what your dog can handle. They may still be tense, but they are processing the trigger without reaching a breaking point. A shorter recovery and a smaller threshold distance are evidence of internal change. They show that even when a reaction happens, it doesn't mean the work you've done has disappeared. Beyond these internal shifts, we start to see the intensity of the reactions change. There is a meaningful difference between a full-body explosion and a soft response, like a low huff instead of a bark, or a brief freeze instead of a full lunge. These softer moments show that the dog's brain is beginning to offer them options. Instead of jumping straight into a survival instinct, they are starting to process what they see with a bit more hesitation. Then there is the check-in. This is the moment a stressed dog voluntarily turns to look at you without being asked. That unprompted look back is your dog choosing connection over reaction. It's a signal that they trust you to help them navigate something difficult. When a dog offers a softer response or a voluntary check-in, they are showing you that they no longer feel they have to face the world entirely alone. Finally, we have to look at the person holding the leash. Your own emotional recovery is a part of this journey too. Think back to when a hard walk would ruin your entire afternoon. If you can now shake off that shot of adrenaline in 30 minutes instead of 4 hours, that counts as movement. True progress happens on both sides of the leash. Your growing resilience provides the steady foundation your dog needs to build their own. Real change looks like a slightly faster recovery, a bit more distance, and a dog who remembers you're there. It looks like a person who comes home a little less wrecked than they used to be. Next time you come home from a walk that felt hard, try to find one thing, no matter how small, that was different than it was 6 months ago. You might be surprised by what you find. Many of us still feel a sense of guilt when we have to turn around or cross the street to avoid a trigger. If you've ever felt like you are failing by avoiding the problem, our next episode is for you. We're going to discuss why creating distance is actually a protective tool, and why relief has to come before any real learning can take place. Keep going. When you look through this new lens, you'll see that you and your dog are already doing much better than you think.